We've seen that the federal government has steadily gained power over the states. But how exactly? The answer in the modern era is largely about money. Washington commands far more revenue than any state through the income tax, payroll taxes, and its borrowing authority, and it uses that fiscal muscle to shape what states do. There are three main tools, and you should be able to tell them apart. The first is block grants. These give states federal money within a broad category, but leave them significant discretion over how to spend it within that category. The TNF Welfare Grant is one example. The Community Development Block Grant is another. Notice the political pattern here. Conservatives generally favor block grants because they devolve real control to the states while keeping the funding. Liberals generally oppose them, worried that the flexibility gets used to cut services for vulnerable people or divert money from its purpose. Block grants started at scale under Johnson in the 1960s and expanded under Reagan. The second tool is categorical grants. These are the opposite, federal money for a specific, narrowly defined purpose, loaded with detailed conditions, matching fund requirements, civil rights compliance, programmatic standards the state must meet to get the cash. The biggest and most complex example is Medicaid, where the federal government pays a matching share of each state's spending on condition that the state follows federal eligibility and coverage rules. By 2024, Medicaid topped $900 billion a year, making it the largest item in many state budgets and an enormous source of federal leverage over state health policy. Federal education money under Title I works the same way, tying school aid to testing and accountability requirements. The third tool is the unfunded mandate, and this one tends to frustrate the states the most. An unfunded mandate is a federal requirement that states and localities must obey at their own expense, with no matching federal money. The Americans with Disabilities Act of 1990, requiring accessible public facilities, is a major example. So is the No Child Left Behind Act of 2001, which mandated annual standardized testing while providing funding many states called inadequate. Congress did try to rein this in with the Unfunded Mandates Reform Act of 1995, imposing some procedural hurdles above a cost threshold, but it didn't end the practice. As of 2026, state and local governments still shoulder substantial costs for environmental compliance, election administration, and education that federal law requires without fully funding. So when you hear a governor complain about Washington, follow the money. These three tools are usually what they're talking about.